What's up, you guys? Namacon here. So, I've recently received some criticism for my mic not having been off. So I took that criticism and yeah, I got a microphone. Yeah, I've tested it. Works. It should be working pretty well. I've tested it myself. Works really well. So should be fine. I should be fine for now. But otherwise, welcome to my channel where I review anything related to entertainment, such as video games, movies, music, and TV shows. And this time, we'll be looking at Persona 4. The one I played specifically is the golden version. So the original version was released on December 9th, 2008 for the PS2, while the golden edition was released on November 10th, 2012 for the PS Vita. Well, it was exclusive to the PS Vita at one point, but just recently it came to the PC. The game has received critical acclaim from critics, where they said that while the main mechanics haven't changed, they still bring something new to the table to make it more accessible. And one of the more notable changes was that you can control every single character in your party, which is absent in Persona games before 4 came out. So the story starts with an unnamed protagonist, although ever since Arena, they call him Yu Narakami. Meeting with his uncle and his daughter, who are Ryotaro Dojima and Nanako Dojima, in a small town called Inaba. He moved there because of conflicts between his parents. Both of his parents are working constantly, so to the point where they don't have time to meet with him. So he stayed. He stayed with at Inaba with the Dojima family for a year. Throughout the days he lives in Inaba, he goes to Yasogami High School, where he meets his companions Shiesa Tanaka, Yosuke Hanamura, and Yukiko Amagi. Although that's not all of his friends. You meet more people as the game progresses. The story revolves around a murder case where the killer has killed two people in Inaba, and that was a big deal since Inaba is a pretty small town, and for a small town, you think you will probably recognize 90% of the people in the town. So it'd be notable before this. Nothing ever happens. It's a small town. So the fact that two people were murdered is a pretty big deal. So, but however, the police couldn't find the culprit. So it was up to you and his friends to find the killer, since they're the only ones that can enter the TV, and they also are the only ones that have a specific power. They can summon their personas. What is a persona? What are personas? So a persona is a manifestation of oneself. It's referred to as a mask of an individual who has faced hardship. Personas are pretty much stance from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. They're really similar when you really think about it. This game is an absolute blast to play. The thing that separates Persona from other RPGs is something called a social link. There are arcanas that the protagonist need to use in order for him and the person that he's talking to get stronger in battle. I really like this feature, and I think this mechanic stands out from its peers. I also love the RPG mechanics it brought to the table. Persona 5 was the first Persona game I've played, but 4 was the one that I was invested in the most. Since I've seen the characters before in other media, and I recognize the voice actors. Johnny Gon Bosch, Yuri Lowenthal, Troy Baker, and Laura Bailey are some of the big ones. I also really like the dungeons in this game. I mean, in like the early stages of the game, they were pretty they were kind of bland, but as the game progresses, the design for the dungeons get better and better. And there's one thing about the Persona why Persona is really memorable. The music. Oh my god, the music is amazing. I love the soundtrack in this game. It is an absolute glorious to play. There's so many great songs. Reach Out to the Truth, Time to Make History, I'll fa- every single version of I'll Face Myself is great. Yeah, I also love the characters in this game, which I actually like Yu Narukami as the protagonist. While he stays really silent, there are some dialogue choices that I think are actually really cool and really funny and hilarious. So I actually really like Yu Narukami. He's actually one of my favorite characters in Persona 4. My favorite character in Persona 4 is actually Tatsumi. I love his arc so much, where he actually faces himself, and his whole social link is also really awesome as well. I Oh yeah, and the last thing I want to talk about is the villain for the killer for the game. The main villain is awesome. I love the villain in this game. I'm not gonna spoil who the main villain is, but oh my god, I love his reason to I love his reason to kill those two people. It is out of this world, but his motivations are not that far off from regular people, because there are regular people that have the same exact mindset, and you can actually see where he's coming from. That I love this protagonist. He's actually one of my favorite video game villains ever. Otherwise, Persona 4 is a fantastic game. I'm pretty. You can grab this on PC. The golden version, you can grab this on PC like right now. If you want to play the original version, you can grab that on PS2. I don't know if it's on the. I don't know if it's on the PS3, but if it's there, you can grab the original version of Persona 4 there as well. Otherwise, I love this game. This is probably one of my favorite games of all time. I can't I can't think of a single flaw. I mean, the only slightly flaw I can think of is that there are times in some dungeons where you have to backtrack, but it does but honestly it doesn't honestly it's not that big. It's just a really small complaint, but otherwise this is a perfect I'd say this is a perfect game. I love this game to death. This is one of my favorite games of all time. Persona 4 gets a 10 out of 10. So, what did you guys think of Persona 4? Do you like it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below. Make sure to subscribe to my channel and follow my Twitter, Instagram, and my Discord server down in the description down below. This is Namakan, and I'll see you next time.